Good morning. Now we will discuss about another major topic under module 3, that is about memory. We have mentioned about memory as a component of a computer and we discussed it in very short manner. We have seen what is a memory and what are the major functions of memory. Now we are going to elaborate that using the coming sessions. We have to discuss about the memory, and we will discuss in detail about the types of memory. Then we have to see the memory hierarchy, and we will also see some characteristics regarding the memory, including the accessing methods. Then we will discuss about storage locations and addresses. Then storage capacity we have already seen in our day 2 session. And we will discuss about the different types of memory in detail, which include the primary memory, including the ROM, RAM, etc. And we will also discuss in detail about secondary memory devices such as hard disk, that is also known as magnetic disk, magnetic tape, etc. As we have divided the CPU organization into small sessions, this topic will also divide into small sessions. In day 9, we will cover about the storage unit, and we will see the types of memory in short. Then we will discuss about memory hierarchy and also the mechanisms for accessing memory. The other topics will be covered in the next sessions. Now we can recall what is a memory. It is also known as storage unit. It is a component of a computer system which is used to store data, instructions and information. We can use it to store the initial data, intermediate results and also the final results. The goal of memory unit is to provide adequate storage capacity with an acceptable level of performance and cost. So we can store the data and instructions or any other information inside a computer with the help of memory unit. Now we will see what are the different types of memory. There are mainly 4 types of memory associated with a computer. First one is registers. We have already discussed it and it is part of the CPU. We have seen different types of registers. You can mention the points here when a question arises like types of memory. Then second one is cache memory. Cache memory is a memory placed between CPU and main memory in order to compensate the speed mismatch of CPU and main memory. We will discuss about cache memory in the coming sessions. We have to study about the cache memory and how the addressing or the cache mappings are going on. We will study in detail. The third category of memory is primary memory, which is also known as main memory, or we can say internal memory. The primary memory is a memory that is directly accessed by the CPU. It includes read-only memory, that is known as ROM, and random access memory, that is abbreviated as RAM. We will discuss about these memories in the coming sessions. And the last category is secondary memory. Secondary memory are memory used to store huge amounts of information or data. For example, we can say a hard disk, that is also known as magnetic disk, magnetic tape, etc. are examples for secondary storage devices. We will discuss about secondary memory in the coming sessions. So we have to elaborate these types of memory in detail in the coming sessions. So just know what are the different types of memory. We will learn about memory hierarchy. You can see a figure here. It's a pyramid-like figure. At the top we are representing registers, then cache memory, then primary memory. Finally, we are representing secondary memories like magnetic disk and magnetic tape. The three memory parts, that are registers, cache memory and primary memory, are also known as semiconductor memories because these memories are built based on semiconductor technology. That's why they are called as semiconductor memories. And the other ones are secondary memory. Mostly these are built based on magnetic materials. And we can explain this figure based on three parameters. First one is storage capacity, and second one is access speed, and the third parameter is cost. You can see this figure from top to bottom. The storage capacity is increasing, that is from low to high it is represented. That is, registers are used to store small amount of information or data, and it will help the CPU for processing. And but if we want to store more data, we can use the bottom memory, that is the magnetic tape. And based on access speed also, we can categorize these memories. Access speed is high in the case of registers, but access speed is very low regarding the magnetic tape. And the cost also varies. From top to bottom, the cost will decrease. That is, for example, if the memory is of smaller capacity, it will cost high. So the registers are the most expensive type of memory, then the cache memory and so on. So based on the size, the cost varies. So you can explain these points with the help of this figure, and you can mention the points regarding the registers, cache memory that we are going to study, and about primary memory, about secondary memory as per the marks they are asking question like memory hierarchy. So you can include all those points under this memory hierarchy topic. Next, we will discuss about different accessing mechanisms or methods used for accessing memory. The memory can also be categorized based on the access mechanism used. There are mainly three categories of access mechanisms, that are sequential access, random access and direct access mechanisms. Now we will see it in detail. First one is sequential accessing. Here you can see this figure. We are accessing memory one by one. In this method, the memory is accessed in a specific linear sequential manner. The access time depends on the location of the data. This type of accessing mechanism is used in some of the secondary storage devices such as magnetic tapes. Next accessing mechanism is random accessing. We can access the memory location randomly. In this method, any location of the memory can be accessed randomly using its address. Physical locations are independent in this access method. The primary memory is accessed using this type of mechanism. Applications of this type of memory access are in RAM, ROM, which are primary memories. It follow this type of memory accessing. Next popular accessing mechanism is direct accessing. In this method, the particular location of the memory can be accessed directly using its address. This method is a combination of above two access methods, that are sequential and random access methods. The access time depends on both the memory organization and characteristics of storage technology. This is also known as semi-random mechanism, or we can call it as direct access mechanism. Application of the direct access memory is in magnetic disk, that are the hard disk is following this type of access mechanism. Thank you for listening. We will continue with the sessions regarding memory.